Hey guys, it's Corey, or Corwan, whichever one's better for you. And I just want to do my quick presentation on New Haven City, the home of the second golden age. The reason I'm titled it that is because I was seeking to have a next step in human architectural evolution and sustainability and cohesion with the natural forces of Earth. With the natural forces of Earth, I usually mean not only the systems that allow it to be balanced, but also the systems that allow it to function in a more sustainable way. Now, what is the philosophy of New Haven City? That can be very easily summed up as to be a man or woman of creative action with purpose. The reason I say creative action with purpose is because I believe that if each person is allowed to be their full, authentic selves and able to create and use their imagination to build a better world, all of humanity benefits. This is highlighted by Why Passivity Breeds Mediocrity and Mental Illness, a video from the Academy of Ideas that basically showed, through the use of a philosopher's passage in a book, why passivity breeds so much mental illness within our world. It reads that most people are, in most ordinary sense, very limited. They pass their time day after day in idle, passive pursuits, just looking at things, at games, television, or whatever, where they fill the hours talking mostly about nothing of significance, of comings, of goings, of who is doing what or whether, or things forgotten, almost as soon as they are mentioned. I really wanted to focus on the last line, relatively few rise above such a plodding existence. And I think this is the heart of why we have some of the issues that we have now as a overall collective world. We just don't take responsibility. So what does this responsibility look like? Is it dystopian? Is it a utopia? Which is it? Well, I feel like it all originates from not only the first sustainable development goal, but also 1711. One focusing on no poverty, 7 focusing on proper energy consumption, and 11 focusing on sustainable cities. Now, why is no poverty so important and such a focus of New Haven? Poverty serves only to create immense pressure on societies economically, socially, and psychologically. Not only is a large portion of the population under the poverty line, there are few mechanisms in society designed to fully eliminate poverty, as in poverty not being needed anymore. Over 120 million Americans have been forced to return to extreme poverty after the pandemic, and there are only going to be more pressing problems for humanity as we learn to grow and evolve. New Haven's approach to this solution is democratic socialism that is designed to reflect the priorities of the needs of the people rather than their wants. Educational systems must provide adequate resources and facilities to all districts, regardless of property tax-based revenue and governmental aid. In essence, it would emulate Finland's school system. Now, the reason why I chose Finland is not only because of their biophilic curriculum, but also most of their social systems are based around the ecocentric, or ideas of the extended human collective, as in the land, the air that we breathe, our history, all of these things are us, not just simply the capital that we're trying to gain.
There's even a PlayStation in the corner. It seems like it's such a rich school, you must get more money than other schools.
No, we don't. It saves money for everyone, actually. They take and borrow books.
In Finland, schools are not allowed to raise private funds or to charge fees from parents. All schools are equitably funded from taxation.
And
You see, it's not always the problem of how do we develop these different economic bases or develop these different resources. It's more so what do we prioritize and put at the heart of our policy? And that's why I wanted New Haven to focus on altruism. Now, what does a typical day look like? From about 8 a.m. to about 10 a.m., most of it is filled with learning and admiring the beauty of the city. There was innovative solar technology and net zero homes that basically allow for all energy to be collected sustainably and then fully used. Then from about 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., this is when most people have a break time in their day designed for them to develop a love for nature. Now, what are these challenges? The most immediate challenges are probably the social hierarchies that most people are used to climbing up. There's little room for militarized ideas, there's little room for blind consumerism, and overall, we have to rewrite certain social contracts. However, I think in essence, we're having a very, very long debate over the society or the world that we wish to see. Do we want to continue being blind consumers that always want to take more? Or do we want to learn how to work with our planet to create a more sustainable future?